Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Margarita. In today's video, I'm so excited because I will do a total ultimate shopping guide for the upcoming Sephora sale that will start on April 1 for Rouge member, April 5 for VIB member, April 7 for Beauty Insider member. You can use this code over and over until April 11. And all that I will mention for today's video are all best of the best makeup that you can find at Sephora. These are all the ones that are reviewed, tried, tested, and used on my everyday makeup. All of the products mentioned will be linked in the description box below for your shopping convenience. If you want to see all my product recommendations for the upcoming sale, just keep on watching. Alright, so let's start with my long list of Sephora recommendations for this Spring Savings Event 2022. The first makeup that I put on before I do everything is this Dior Lip Maximizer. I put this on my lips to keep my lips hydrated, and it has a slight plumping effect. And when I go to the part where I put my lipstick on, my lipstick will just glide easily because my lips is well hydrated with this Dior Lip Maximizer. I love it so much. I bought so much. Different colors, okay? Highly recommend. After I hydrate my lips, I hydrate my face. And the first form of hydration that I put on my face is this La Mer Treatment Lotion. It is a watery lotion that I put on my face before moisturizer to keeps me hydrated all day. You guys, this is so expensive, but I keep on buying it for 3 years now. I think that is one of the reasons why I'm in my late 40s and I don't have any wrinkles or fine lines, because I keep on using this every morning and every night. Highly recommend. And this is the perfect time to try it, especially if you are Rouge that you have 20% off. After this treatment lotion, I use this moisturizer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the famous Magic Cream. When I first heard about this Magic Cream, I thought it's a gimmick, so I tried it. You guys, it really does magic on my dry skin. It doesn't break me out. It keeps me hydrated all day. I just love this so much. That's why I keep on repurchasing this over and over. This is, I think, in my opinion, the best moisturizer under your makeup. I will now start with my actual makeup routine, and the first makeup that I put on is always a primer, and there is only one that I will recommend for this sale. This Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. This one, you guys, the old one is my holy grail. It's my favorite. But they came up with a new one, and this is it. It is much better than the old one. It really blurs your pores. It's translucent. It really extends your makeup wear, and it just gives me a smooth canvas preparation for my foundation. Highly recommend. Let's go to foundations. I have two to recommend, and the first one is this new NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. You guys, among all the new foundations that I tried this year, this is the one that stood out because this is so friendly for my mature dry skin. It's so hydrating, so skin-like, blurs my pores, lightweight, and the best part, it has a skincare and the longevity of this. Oh my goodness. I work as a nurse, and sometimes I work extended hours, like you name it, more than 12 hours. And this foundation is so good. It lasts all day. Ever since I tried this foundation, this is the one that I'm wearing every day. Okay, the first foundation that I recommend is good for every day, and this next one is this cult favorite, Dior Airflash Spray Foundation. You guys, if you want to look like you have a perfect skin and gives you an airbrushed finish, this is it. It will give you a perfected skin to the point where you will look like a mannequin. And at the same time, it's so lightweight and skin-like. And the longevity of this is awesome. It can stand with the heat. It's best to use when you will attend wedding during summertime. Even when you dance and you do so much activities, your foundation stays the same. That's why I love this foundation so much. Highly, highly recommend. And after foundation, the next makeup that I put on my face is concealer. And I still love my Pat McGrath concealer. That's one of my all-time favorite, but I need to explore, right? And I discovered this KVD Good Apple Full Coverage Concealer. This is so good, you guys. It has a mixed review. Some people hate it, some people love it. And I'm one of those who love it. It gives me a medium to full coverage. It doesn't dry my under eyes. It has a brightening effect that I love. It lasts all day. Those are the qualities of concealer that I'm looking for when I'm recommending it to you guys, because that's what you need, right? That you won't look cakey at the end of the day, and this is one of those. The next one that I highly recommend for concealer is this One Star by Patrick Starr, the Butter Silk Concealer. I reviewed this, I think, last year, and oh my gosh, this is becomes my everyday concealer because the consistency of this feels like butter. It melts under your eye skin. It keeps me hydrated all day, but it doesn't give me a full coverage though. This is light to medium coverage. That's the difference between the two. This KVD Good Apple gives me a full coverage, and this One Size by Patrick Starr gives me a medium coverage. Between the two, this is hydrating, and this one, the longevity is awesome. The one that I set my concealer is this new NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Powder. You guys, I have the shade Crystal. Oh my gosh. This replaced my Pat McGrath powder that I used to set my under eyes. I love this better because it has more brightening effect and it feels like silk under your eyes. Look. It's just so gorgeous. It makes me look younger, and I have a healthy skin on my under eyes. I love it so much. To set my entire face, the one I've been using is this Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. When they said translucent, it is really translucent. This is not a new product. It looks like this. It's so luxe. I love it. It's so finely milled. Look. It gives me a subtle glow every time I set my makeup with this. And it's so thin and finely milled. It's non-detectable. When it comes to makeup, it doesn't add any coverage, but at the same time, sets your foundation and gives you a subtle glow that I need because I have dry skin. I love, love, love this Hourglass setting powder. Now, let's go to finishing powder. The one that I am using over and over in my videos is this YSL All Over Glow Powder. You know, this is a finishing powder, but sometimes I use this as a setting powder because it really gives you all over glow from the word itself. It sets my foundation without taking out the glow that it gives. This is just so good as a finishing powder. If you don't like a beaming highlight, you can use this as a subtle highlight. This is one of the best finishing powder. Let's go to bronzers. Lately, I've been loving cream bronzers. First one that I highly recommend is this Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. I am in Always Sunny shade. First, it looks scary, but when you put it on, it blends like a dream, you guys. Look. You can put this using your finger, your brush, your beauty sponge. This cream bronzer melts into your skin and blends like a dream. For $23, oh my gosh, highly, highly recommend. The next cream bronzer that I will recommend is, like it says in the website, it's Cream Contour Stick by Westman Atelier. I am in a shade Truffle. You guys, packaging, A+, very luxe. It's very creamy. It's so blendable. This shade Truffle is best on my light to medium skin tone. Just like the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez, this one blends like a dream too. Actually, this Westman Atelier is almost the same as this Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. The only difference is if you want a luxe packaging, go to Westman Atelier. Pure luxury right here. If you want an affordable one that blends like a dream, go to Rare Beauty. I will swatch them side by side so you will see how close they are. This is the Rare Beauty Always Sunny, and this is the Westman Atelier Truffle. It looks the same. It feels the same. So it's just your preference. Pure luxury Westman Atelier. You want to save some money? Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. Let's go to powder bronzers, and I have two recommendations for you guys. The first one is this Gucci Soleil bronzing powder. I reviewed this last year. Ever since I reviewed this has become my favorite because it is like my Tom Ford Soleil bronzer that melts into your skin, and it gives me a subtle glow that I love. I'm in shade 3, and this is perfect for me. It has the reddish undertone that I preferred in a bronzer because the last thing that I want to look like is I look orange. And this one is just perfect for my light to medium skin tone. And the next bronzer that I recommend is this new from Guerlain, this Terracotta Light Healthy Glow Bronzer. This is another one that is so good. I am in shade 3, and it looks like this. So pretty. I so love this design. It's so aesthetically beautiful for a makeup. This is one of those that you don't want to touch and you don't want to use. You want to preserve it, but I will use it because I love it. This is the shade beside the Gucci that I love. So this is slightly lighter than Gucci, but I still love it because it has a subtle glow that I like. I love these two bronzers because it just gives you a bronze skin look, like as if you just had a vacation. Both of these bronzers are absolutely gorgeous. The next one that I will recommend is cream blush. And I will start with this Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. I don't like cream blush because I don't like the sticky feel of it, but this one dries down to the point where it's not sticky and it still gives me a dewy look. I love it so much. And the good part about this is $32 in 4 shades. It is great using as a blush, and when you use it on your lips, it's so hydrating and it's so pigmented. It's so rare that I encounter a lip and cheek product that is moisturizing on my lips, and that's why I highly recommend this Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. The next cream blush that I love so much is blushes from Patrick Ta. The first shade is this She's That Girl. This is soft pink and it looks like this. So pretty. Cool tone pink, perfect for spring. Patrick Ta said put the powder blush first and then the cream. I was hesitant at first to do that, but it really gives you a dewy look. It lasts all day. I love this. First shade, She's That Girl. And the second shade is Do We Know Her? This is like the peachy coral shade and it looks like this. This is the swatches. And this is the swatches of Do We Know Her? This is peachy coral. They're equally good. It's just your preference. If you like a cool tone soft pink, go to this She's That Girl. If you like a peachy coral, go to this Do We Know Her? The next makeup that I will recommend is this Pat McGrath blushes. Oh my gosh. For me, this is hands down the best blush that I ever tried. It has a blurring effect that gives your cheek this glow. It doesn't emphasize any pores. It makes your skin like it's so smooth. The good thing about these blushes is it has a wide range of selection of shades from the fairest skin tone to the one that has a deeper skin tone. Kudos to Pat McGrath on that. And the two that I recommend on my light to medium skin tone, the first one is this Divine Rose. You all know how it looks like. and I will swatch this. This is just so pretty. See how it glows. Like, before my favorite blush is Hourglass, and now this is my favorite. This is Divine Rose, and the other shade that I like is this Nude Venus. Looks like this. Even the embossing of this is so awesome. The only thing that I don't like about this, it doesn't have a name. For all those beauties that like cool pink tone, Divine Rose, and for all those girls that like a peachy coral, go to Nude Venus. Both of these blushes are equally good and absolutely stunning. This is what I'm wearing right now. I combine these two. I love how it looks like. And the last blush that I will recommend is this NARS Afterglow Blush Palette. This is the blush that I reviewed. The good thing about this, it has a highlighter. This first shade. I have the swatches of this. This is so good, you guys. For $59, you got 6 shades of blushes on the website, but one is highlighter. This is really a steal from NARS, and it's highly pigmented. This blush palette will last you for a long time, okay? Done with the blushes, and now let's go to highlighter. And the first cream highlighter that I will recommend is this Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlighter Stick in shade Nectar. This is my favorite among all the cream highlighters that I tried, because this just gives you, look at this, a wet, glassy, dewy look in a highlighter. It just makes your skin healthy. It's just so gorgeous. Again, Westman Atelier packaging. Magnetic closure, very luxe, very heavy. Highly recommend. And the best part is this is a clean beauty. I love this. The only powder highlighter that I will recommend is this Dior Forever Luminizing Highlighter Powder in shade Nude Glow. This is how it looks like. So pretty. I discovered this last year, I think. And look, it gives you the bronze glow that everyone is looking for. This is best for summer. You will just be bronze goddess when you use it. It's so wet looking, and at the same time, it doesn't accentuate your pores. This is the one that is on my cheeks right now, and I love it. Westman Atelier, Dior Forever. Let's go to face palette, and the first face palette that I will recommend is this Nude Gasm face palette from Charlotte Tilbury. You guys, this is my favorite face palette that I ever tried. This is how it looks like. It looks so pretty. For my light to medium skin tone, this 4 shades is perfect for me. It has the perfect shade for bronzer, for blush, and highlighter. Here are the swatches. This is what I'm talking about, that this is perfect for my light to medium skin tone. This is the contoured color. And this is the bronzer that really shows up on my skin. This is the peachy coral blush that I love so much. And this is the highlighter in this palette. It is so gorgeous, you guys. This is my favorite makeup from Charlotte Tilbury. And the next face palette that I highly recommend is this 2 face palettes from Natasha Denona. It's called Glam Palettes. I have the light and the dark. Usually when a brand comes out with a light and dark version, I always have a favorite between the two. But this time, I cannot choose which one I like because they're both equally good. This is the dark version. And this is the light palette. I love this face palette. I cannot choose which one is my favorite. This light face palette, I love the highlighter in this. The metallic shades on this is so gorgeous, and the blush. And this dark version of her Glam face palette. I love the deeper shades of eyeshadows. That's why I kept them both, and I highly recommend these two. Usually this lighter color is for lighter skin tone, and this darker color is for darker skin tones. But I belong to light to medium, and I love this both. Let's go to eyeshadow palettes. The first eyeshadow that I will recommend is of course Tom Ford Quads, because this is $89. This is the best time to try one if you haven't tried one. And Tom Ford came out with this new formula called Creme to Powder. He came out with 3 colors, and my favorite is this Tiger Eye. This is so beautiful, you guys. I have a dedicated video for this. If you want to see the look that I came out with this one. This is so blendable, so creamy, zero fallout. I have no bad words to say about this eyeshadow. And here's the swatches of this Tiger Eye. Beautiful. I mean, this is like perfection for an eyeshadow. I love this so much. And Tom Ford has this very famous formula, wet and dry. It means you can use it wet and you can use it dry. For cold tone beauties out there, I have one for you. This is called Nude Dip, and this is how it looks like. This is one of the prettiest cool tone palettes that I've ever tried and used. These 4 shades are, for me, one and done eyeshadow. What I do is I wet the shadow, and then after I wet it, I put it on my entire lid, and I will put on top of it the dry eyeshadow, and it is so gorgeous and it lasts all day. Here are the swatches for this Nude Dip eyeshadow quad. See? It is so beautiful, right? It has the champagne that brightens up your look, and it has the cool tone brown that will deepen up your eyeshadow look. This is a perfect cool tone palette from Tom Ford. And for those who want to try the Tom Ford Wet and Dry formula in warm tones, I highly recommend this Suspicion. This is one of those wet and dry formula that each shadow is one and done. This is just near to perfection, especially during summertime. You will look like a bronze goddess when you use this. And here are the swatches of this eyeshadow. See how beautiful it is in a wet and dry formula. This is swatch dry. Imagine when I swatch it wet. It will be metallic. It's so gorgeous and it's so blendable. It's easy to use. It's one of the best eyeshadow quad in wet and dry formula. The last eyeshadow that I will recommend on Tom Ford Quad is this beautiful African Violet. This is my most used Tom Ford eyeshadow quad. I have to put it down or else I am near hitting the pan. Among the 36 eyeshadow quads that I have to use other shades, right? But this is my favorite because it has this purple that I like. It has this beautiful coral and it has this beautiful bronze topper and this dark bronze to deepen up your look. And this is what I have on my eyes today. This is just so pretty. This is for me a perfect spring and summer eyeshadow from Tom Ford, and this is the swatches. See how beautiful it is? I mean, no wonder why this is my most used eyeshadow from Tom Ford. You can't go wrong with this. And the beautiful part of it, all of these satin shades, if you will put the topper on it, for example, this purple, I'll just put the topper on top. It changes the look of the eyeshadow. Those are the 4 Tom Ford quads that I highly recommend on this Sephora sale. I recommend 1 from the new formula, 2 from the most famous wet and dry formula, and 1 from his original 3 satin matte and 1 topper. And if you want a colorful palette, I have one for you. Natasha Denona came out with this pastel palette. You guys, all of the bright colors for spring is here, okay? The duochromes here, the mattes here, they're all gorgeous. I love this as a pairing palette. I highly recommend this palette. This is just so beautiful. For those who missed my review on this palette, these are just some of the gorgeous shades. It's very beautiful. Again, for me, this is a perfect pairing palette. Natasha Denona did a great job featuring these bright pastel colors. Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette, this is $25. If you want to try the formula of Natasha Denona, this Mini Nude is one of the best because even though this is in mini size, this particular neutral palette has the formula of Natasha Denona that is so creamy and so beautiful. If you have this pastel palette and you want to grab something neutral and deeper shades that is matte, just grab this and you will be able to create an endless makeup look pairing these two. Here's the swatches of this Mini Nude Eyeshadow Palette. See what I'm talking about? This is so perfect pairing with that Natasha Denona Pastel Palette. Okay, the last category for this never-ending Sephora recommendations is the lipstick. And the first one that I will mention is the one I'm currently wearing right now. This is one of my favorite. This is the Gucci Rouge Brilliant Glow and Care Shine Lipstick. This is in shade My Cousin Rachel Look. I love this for everyday. This is a hybrid of lipstick and lip gloss. See how beautiful it is? Let's put more. Love, love, love this shade, My Cousin Rachel. The next lipstick that I will recommend is of course Tom Ford, right? I love Tom Ford. This is in a limited edition packaging. This is in shade Casablanca. I chose this one because this is in a pink mauve shade. Looks like this. It has this Tom Ford logo that is really beautiful. Here's the swatch of the lipstick. It's so beautiful. It's so creamy. It's so easy to use. It's very moisturizing on your lips. It doesn't accentuate any fine lines. This is what you pay for a luxury brand. Tom Ford has one of the best formula when it comes to lipsticks. This lipstick recommendation is not complete without a nude shade and a red shade, right? For the nude shade, I chose this Rouge Dior refillable lipstick. Mine is in limited edition packaging. They're out of stock of this. You can't buy this anymore. But the one inside is the same shade that you can buy online. This is the shade of Nude 100. This is in a matte form. On the website, you can have 3 finishes: matte, metallic, and satin. I love this matte formula in Nude Color 100. And for red lipstick, I chose this Rouge Dior Forever Liquid Transfer Proof Lipstick. You guys, this is guaranteed that it is transfer proof. It is so long wearing, and at the same time, it's hydrating. It's very rare in a liquid lipstick that is long wearing at the same time hydrating. This is in shade 999 Classic Iconic Red from Dior. Here's the swatches. I love Dior lipsticks. Liquid form and bullet form, one of the best. I love Dior lipstick so much, that's why I chose them to recommend everyone's favorite nude shade and a classic red lipstick. The last recommendation that I will do is these 2 brushes that you see in every video that I upload. This La Mer brush. This is synthetic, but this is so soft. I just love this so much. As a matter of fact, I have 2, okay? This is how I love this brush. So, this is the best time for you to purchase one. And I remember when I bought this during sale time because I am not paying $100 for a brush. But when it's on sale, I pulled the trigger. I loved it. Same thing with this highlighter brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills, this A23. This is the best highlighter brush that I ever tried. I keep on buying it every sale, and I didn't know I ended up having 4 of them. This is the best highlighter brush that I ever tried. Alright! Thank you guys for staying with me until the end of this video. All of the products that is mentioned will be linked in the description box below for your shopping convenience. If you like this kind of videos featuring new makeup, featuring cult favorite makeup, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and gives me a huge thumbs up. That really helps my YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. And see you on my next video. Bye!